Today we're going to be going over another WoW Ascension build for Season 9, and I'm going to call this one Bomberman, because basically we're going to be blowing stuff up with some bombs and traps. And let's go ahead and look at the starting skills first and skill cards that we're going to be putting in. Okay, so I end up starting with Storm Strike, Searing Totem, Slice and Dice, and I guess just any pet you want, really, doesn't matter. If you're worried about getting the combo points for Slice and Dice, you can just start with Sinister Strike here as well, but I don't mind gambling for any kind of combo point generator to get it. So it's up to you on that part, but the Searing Totem and Storm Strike are definitely necessary, and it's nice to have the melee haste as well, because we are going to be a melee build. For skill cards, okay, we'll do the abilities first. So we're going to take Seal of Wisdom because it's basically going to give us infinite mana. We're going to be dropping a lot of traps, and both of our attacks use mana as well, so you can drain out your mana like really fast. If otherwise, this just gives us infinite mana, infinite attacks. There's probably some other ways to do it, but this is probably the easiest way. Our two traps here, Immolation and Explosive. Our Flame Tongue weapon also will be needed for both our weapons. We will be dual wielding to proc some talents, which we will look at in a second here. Guaranteed our Lava Lash as well. Also, it's our two main attacks. They're going to be Lava Lash, Storm Strike, and then we're going to be dropping bombs. And then whatever else basically gets added to the build after that. Here's our Explosive Charge, which is the bomb we're going to plant with Lava Lash. And it will detonate after 3 seconds and make a boom boom. As well as our traps will be constantly dropping, making explosions as well. For talents, okay, so also now, yeah, we have 8 lava flows. It's going to give us more critical strike damage on our Lava Lash. Seething Flames, it's just going to give us free fire damage. So here's our two main components of our trap basically build. I guess the resourcefulness will have, but the Chasing the Flames is going to make it so whenever we deal damage with Flame Tongue, it's going to reduce the cooldown of our traps by 3 seconds. Exploding Storm is going to make it so that our Storm Strike and Lava Lash increase the damage of our traps and stacks up to 5 times, so they'll be doing a lot more damage. Resourcefulness, I don't believe I have this on my actual build right now because we added it after the fact, but this will also take another 10 seconds off our traps and reduce the mana cost as well. Overheated Strikes, just some more free fire damage because we'll be swinging a lot. Molten Earth is going to give us another free AoE, burning more fire burn. Basically, whenever we hit Lava Lash, we're just going to do a ton of AoE damage, and then Kindle the Fire is just going to give us 10% more physical and fire damage, stacking, or is up to, oh, it's only 4 now, so 8 and 8, but still really nice damage buff. Alright, now let's go take a look at the stuff for level 60. Okay, so here we are at level 60, and we'll take a look at the Mystic Enchants now I'm using for Bomberman build, and we got one dual wield specialization, then we got 3 hasty Storm Strikes, 3 hasty Lava Lashes. This is just reducing the cooldowns so that we could use our attacks more, which also reduces the cooldowns of the traps more. Trap Mastery, increasing our trap damage, the same as TNT, increasing our trap damage as well. Lava Flows is going to increase our Lava Lash damage even more, and then I ended up, so these can be changed to some World Forge too, depending what you're using. I just have Sword Specialization because they just give me extra sword procs right now, because that's the weapon I'm using, but these are kind of flex slots. Definitely can use different World Forges to add damage any way you want to do, but that's what I'm using for now. I guess you could even use the, if you get Sinister Strike, you can use whatever you really get. Doesn't matter if you're using different kinds of weapons. You'll be able to get some kind of bonus for whatever you're using. but I'm just going with swords for this. I think I just have some basic... Oh, that's that's a mythic 20, but I think most of it's just basic mythic level. I think I'm wearing like a mix of leather and mail, yeah, so it's like 4 beast stalkers and 4 shadowcraft right now, just to get some extra damage bonus. But we are going to be stacking mostly attack power for this. Let's see, just the gear I'm wearing, but basically basic mythic stuff. If you run a few mythic pluses, you can buy whatever gear anyway. Just have one random piece. Okay, so there, what did I end up with? It's going to be vastly different for everyone what you get, obviously, in a random build for Season 9, and you can keep rolling and hopefully end up with something decent. For my like combo point generator, I ended up getting Energy Bolt instead of one of the actual melee attacks, which works fine as well. And then I ended up getting Death Mark, which just gives me 5 combo points, so when I get going in, I can just start it off 5 points, slice and dice right away. Got Unleash Fell Energy, which adds a bit of chaos damage, I guess, on the spot. I have Flame Shock as part of my rotation as well, just another fire dot. Rebuke is just our interrupt. Curse of Elements actually does help, so if it does come up, it will reduce enemy resistances. What do I get for totems? I ended up getting Searing, a Towel, Strength of Earth, and Mana Spring is not really needed at all, but it just gives it, because of the talents I have, it gives extra buffs. Anyway, got a couple movement abilities, a Sprint and a Battle Charge. And then I guess an Overload Fire for extra AoE as well as Absolute Zero. Skull Banner, and then our buffs are pretty much just Blessing of Might. And then we have our Seal of Wisdom and Flame Tongue. And then also you gotta turn on your Explosive Charge. Okay, for me, instead of getting an actual pet, which you can take any pet, I ended up getting Feral Spirit and Zulian Guardian. I know it's a new completely different build where you can summon 6 of each on the rotation with Lavalash and Starlight 2, but they just kind of came up and I was like, whatever, I'll just use them. I think I have one of the talents too that extends their duration, but you can just use any pet, doesn't matter. You can't do both builds. That's a completely different build that you won't have enough talents to do anyway. Let's look at the abilities I ended up with. Yeah, those are the ones I got. Smoke Bombs, it's just nice to help pull enemies in, range enemies when you're melee, and give you a damage reduction. I have Berserker Stance, Aspect of the Beast, which is a nice little damage buff as well, and Rampage, and not too much else. It's pretty much everything's jammed up. 4 different totems. I probably don't need the Overload Fire. Could probably roll that away for something else, but other than that, everything else works pretty well. For my talents, ended up with, well, I guess Boomer, but Legacy of the Arcanist as well. They don't really go like, technically my Absolute Zero and my Energy Bolt are 2 different other types, but it's just some free AoE damage. Same thing with Boomer, because I think it only goes off on the actual trap. It doesn't go off on our actual melee. Petrification is a nice little damage off Lavalash. So 5 stacks, you just get some free damage, just more free damage. Counterpoise, it's just given melee haste or crit. Ignite's not the greatest. I'll probably end up rolling that away because we just don't have spell power, so it doesn't really do much. Firepower is great. 10% more fire damage, free bleed, sword specialization, shredding blows, and then just a whole pile of crit and haste. Both the dual wield specializations are really good for extra damage and crit. There are like 3 of them, and then I have both the totem buffs, flurry, rising flames for our searing totem. I still only have 1 or 2 on it, but spirit weapons, intensity, just increasing all magic damage. There's some trap masteries you can roll into for more trap damage on top of the other ones. Unleash rage, some more crit, just straight up 3% damage. Lots of crit. Mental quickness actually works well with this build. Even though we don't have a lot of spell power, you get the 10% damage, magic damage buff. Sheet death is always nice on any build. And then just a lot of random crit. Backlash is one we chose. Improve slice and dice. It's also nice, just more haste and makes it longer. You're gonna need something like burn. You don't need exactly burnout, but you need one of the spell crit talents. I think this is the one that works the best with just all fire anyway, so it's definitely preferable, but you can pretty much use any of them to get the extra crit. So lava flows, cut to the chase. This is it's like a nice little combo where I can do 1 energy bolt and then slice and dice again at max stacks for 5 combo point slice and dice. So it lets me keep it up a lot easier. Some more trap damage from TNT, some melee attack power, more crit, the other dual wield, and then some actual hit chance as well. And then this is when I was probably just rolling both of these because I didn't really need them. Eventually you'll get enough hit. You'll never be able to guarantee, I mean, you can, but I wouldn't recommend it, trying to get enough hit that your offhand hits every time, but I just get enough for the main hand, and if you get a little bit extra, it's fine. It should hit. Alright, let's go attack some dummies so you guys can see some of the damage single target. This does, I think, even more AoE though, but the single target is pretty good as well. So, start up. Also, your traps are going to come back faster than mine as well. I don't have details for this, but we'll see if it's really good. So I'm going to alternate traps basically between one and the other. You will come out real quick and you'll be able to drop them. Because they'll apply 2 different turns. You can see some of my abilities are attacking the other down on the side. That's alright. I'm bring up my cats. Slice and dice back. You see the other mana just doesn't move at all. You could just do MP or something right now, single target. Also, I get better weapon gear, but for now, get going. Crazy. Okay, now let's go see the AoE target. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Oh, because that's another thing too. You do have to refresh your totems every 2 minutes, so that's the ones that attack, and to get your rebuff yourself. All right, let's do the AoE damage for this one. All right, so we can pop this. I think for AoE though, we just dropped the forces. Definitely AoE potential in the rest of the season. Scale very well. okay or something for now. I don't know. Good enough. Good enough test. But there's definitely a lot to discover. There's probably some other abilities that work pretty well with this. I'm pretty happy with the build. It's a lot of fun to play. So I hope you guys maybe try it out and leave some comments what you found, if anything else cool. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next video. Hello everyone who made it to the end of the video. This is LaserPenguinGames, reminding you to smash that like button, leave a comment below, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really helps out. And if you're looking for even more content, check out my Patreon here, where I post exclusive video content every month, and you'll have access to all of that.